Talk 107.3 FM WBRP. It's Tech Gumbo. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Mardi Gras weekend. Happy Spanish Town Day.
Throw me something, mister.
Yeah, just open that window back here. I don't think Spanish Town is going to run by the church. I don't know about you. It might.
We're a little off the route.
We are a little bit off the route, but don't worry.
Probably parking outside in the parking lot right now to get there. But
no, there's no doubt. Trust me. That's going on right now. And plus, we'll be able to pick up stuff off the ground when it's all said and done. It's the easiest
probably
way.
Even a few people picking them up off the ground.
The BRPD may handle that before us. Tech Gumbo is brought to you by our friends at Gulf South Technology Solutions. James Moak, who is owner-proprietor. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
And Haggai Davis, who is Director of Sales.
Present and accounted for.
And you guys are accessible at gulfsouthtech.com. On Facebook, Gulf South Tech, and on the phone, I'll remember it one of these days.
225-216-2169.
All right, and one of the aspects of your business is that you have business, enterprise, and governmental work.
Absolutely.
And today we have somebody whose work is exclusively governmental. Haggai, why don't you introduce our guest for us?
With us today, we have Eric Romero. Eric's the Interim Director of Information Services for the City of Baton Rouge and the Parish of East Baton Rouge. Eric's been with the city for over 20 years now, and he started out way back when we were talking about a little while ago in the legacy database programming of COBOL.
Wow.
Old school stuff.
Old school.
How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing well. Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Tech Gumbo.
Thank you.
So what's going on with the city and the parish with IT?
Sure. I'm excited to say that we have a lot of projects going on that will be announced throughout the year. These projects are part of a larger initiative under the leadership of Mayor Holden to make Baton Rouge a more digital-friendly city, both as far as the city parish government goes, but also outside of city parish as well. So on January 30th, we went live with our first project, our Open Data Initiative.
Tell us a bit about that.
Open Data BR. So Open Data, as the name implies, means that we're opening up the data for public consumption. So in the past, city parish would present data to the public in a static format. So maybe we'd have this data in a map or in a chart, but it was whatever we provided to the public. Of course, the public may not be interested in exactly how we're presenting the data. What's nice about the Open Data BR platform is that we're presenting this raw data, and we're giving the public tools to be able to filter that data down to exactly what they're interested in.
Kind of like we can run our own reports kind of thing.
And that's correct.
So what kind of data are we talking about?
We started off with 13 data sets in the initial launch. We have crime incidents, traffic incidents, city parish employee salary information, property information, permit data, business data, and adjudicated property data.
And this is real time?
This is it depends on the data set. So some of the data, the crime data and the traffic accidents, that gets updated daily.
Okay.
Some of the other data sets that are coming from our GIS system, because we spend a good part of the week doing quality control in GIS, that data gets updated once a week.
Okay.
Adjudicated property, we get that information from the assessor once a year, so of course that's updated annually. So it truly depends on the actual data set, the source of the data set.
So this is actually all public data, I guess you could say. Instead of making a public records request, we're not going to have access to be able to get it.
That's correct, and that's one of the ways we first approached the initial sets of data. We looked at the ones that were most frequently asked for in public records requests, employee data and others. And so now, instead of making a request to parish attorney, the parish attorney has to get HR's approval. We already know what's public record, put it out there, and now if that call comes in the parish attorney, they can just say, go to the website, have at it.
Because it's already there.
That's correct.
And you could conceivably bypass that whole step and not have to even engage a public record.
Correct. Once the word gets out and people get more familiar with the site, they can go to the site and download it as often as they need.
That is the promise of what people have wanted from the internet from day one, because I'm sure you've heard sunshine is the best disinfectant. And a lot of people being Louisiana, of course, are concerned about what are they hiding from us,
Right.
who's on the take, that sort of thing. In under this system, everything is wide open.
And what's the web
Wow.
address again?
Yep. The address is data.brla.gov. And so
Do you have to register?
no, you don't. So all the data is publicly accessible. If you would want to save your visualizations, which would be maps or charts or filters that you do yourself, you do have to create an account. But just to view the data, or if you just want to do a map and just see what's out there without saving it, there's no need to create a user account for that.
So if I'm, say, building a set of houses, I'm a developer, and I need some information, how could I utilize this here? What would I be able to see? Would I be able to see, like, what the other properties in the area were assessed for?
We don't have all the assessed information out there yet. So that's something that when we initially started with this project, we looked at data sets that IS had, information services, had direct maintenance over. So we have those databases. They're easily accessible for us to take that data and upload to the site. We do plan on reaching out to some of the other political entities to try to get more of their information in. So right now, no, the assessed values are not out there for all the properties. We do have adjudicated property listing out there, and there is assessed values on that information.
Just to explain, the political offices you make reference to, that's because people like the clerk of court and the assessor,
the sheriff.
Yes. These are their own agencies, and they're elected independent of the city parish government, which is the mayor and the council.
That's correct.
So
how is the information going to be presented to me if I want to go to the site?
Sure. So data is presented really in spreadsheet format. It's raw data, but from there you can do filtering, you can sort the data, you can group the data, do counts and sums on the data depending on what's contained in the data set. You can also create pie or bar graphs, and if the data set has a location field, you can display the information on the map. Additionally, all the data can be downloaded into a variety of formats, whether it's CSV or text files. And the tech community, you'll be interested to note that the site includes free APIs that will allow them to write apps that can directly access this data.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that could be very useful to, like I said, engineering companies and people like that actually have people in the field and they're looking up information instead of having to go to the courthouse and go to different places. It's all there for them.
Well, and I'm thinking you go to the Google Play or iTunes App Store and you download something that'll show you crime stats on a daily basis, and you got them on your phone, and when they're updated, they could notify you. That's conceivably possible because you guys have put the data out.
Sure. I'll give you two examples. So we did a lot of research before implementing the site, but in Chicago, their data was used to create a crime dashboard website that would give a historical view of crime down to the ward level in Chicago. In Boston, their site was used to create a mobile app that senses bumps and changes in road surfaces while you're driving. That data is automatically reported back up to the Boston government, and then so they can start using that data to make decisions on if they should at least go out and inspect the road to see if there needs to be maintenance done.
That's
so it's
awesome.
really a mechanism to create efficiencies in government, really.
Those kind of apps would break the computers at Baton Rouge on some of the roads in town.
Correct.
Well, you say that, but then go down to New Orleans.
Well,
They spend 1/10 of what we spend.
That's
It's true,
New Orleans
actually.
is a third world country.
Exactly. Well, they figure we're going to repair a road. It's going to break sooner or later. Why repair it?
It's
going to
sink.
place?
It's not going to break. It's sinking.
Yeah, there's no bedrock there. This is just fantastic, and it really goes from the old model, which is you had to know somebody who knew where the file was to go and get it, and even if the agency was willing to give it, sometimes you had to have legal pressure to have them open it up. I mean, I don't think I'm letting anything out of the bag here, but sometimes they would conveniently, no, that's not where that is. It's somewhere else. It's there. You want it. You got it because it's your data.
That's right.
Taxpayers. This fulfills the promise of transparency and reform in government because you're able to get the data whenever you want. Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really, really good stuff.
And just to mention, those initial 13 data sets, that's just a start. We're going to continue to look at other data sets. We've already had a few that we've identified that just due to time constraints, we couldn't get them up there in the initial rollout. And we're also getting some feedback from the public now as to what data they want to see. And we're taking all of those suggestions, and we'll do the research. It may be something that we can easily access and upload to the site, or it may be something that takes a little bit more work. But it is something that we don't ever expect this to be a finished project.
We have got more with Eric Romero. He is the Interim Director of Information Services for the City and Parish of Baton Rouge and East Baton Rouge. Tech Gumbo, brought to you by Gulf South Technology Solutions, is here on Talk 107.3 FM WBRP, Baton Rouge's local talk and information leader.